Welcome HLP 304 Nursing 304 students. This is a video walkthrough of the course guide for your class. Some tabs we're going to cover very briefly and you can look at in more depth on your own. Others we're going to go into more detail with. The first tab, About Pearson Library, gives you information about the library and our services and how to reach us. We can be reached by phone, email, the chat box here, or research consultation. Please remember that even though we have limited hours over the summer, we are still available to help all students, and we are more than happy to set up a research consultation with you at a time that works for you. The next tab is Research Tutorials, and I would urge everybody to have a look at this at your leisure. This has some great information about the entire research process. The next tab is Search Tips and Using Keywords. This is probably one of the most important tabs that there is in the guide, and I urge every student to return to the guide and review these search tips because they can really help you when you're searching in library databases. One of the reasons is that library databases work differently than Google searches. In Google, you can type in a whole sentence, you can type in a whole question, and Google figures out what you want. With our library databases, a complete sentence is going to confuse the search engine in those databases. What it wants are keywords. And so on this page here, we have some really useful search tips that are going to help you out with this. The first one, use 2 or 3 keywords rather than a complete sentence. Look at what your research topic is and then break it down into keywords. That's what you're going to search on. Search tip number 2, use quotation marks when you want to search for a phrase. We talk about keywords, but also key phrases. When there is a 2 or 3 word phrase that is very specific, if you put quotation marks around it, our databases will understand that you want just that key phrase with those words in that order, as opposed to them appearing at different places within a sentence or within a paragraph. Tip number 3, if you are getting too few or poor results, you might not be using the right keywords. So look for synonyms, alternative terms, related terms to get different results. And it's just a matter of writing those things down and looking for those related terms. The other really important thing with our library databases is you are going to string together your keywords and key phrases using what we call Boolean operators. And those Boolean operators are and, or, and not. To get more narrow results, you're going to connect 2 keywords or key phrases with the word and. In this example here, we're looking for social media with quotation marks around it, so we get that phrase, and mental health, and the word as adolescent. And so using the word and, we're only going to get results that have all 3 of those keywords or key phrases. If you want to widen the results, you can use or. In this example here, we have education or learning. So if you put that in a search, you would get results where either of those 2 words appeared. Both of them might appear as well, but it could be just one of those words. And then this is the part that is going to make you a real search pro here, is you can use parentheses to combine and or in a search string. And in the example here, we have 2 related words, dog or canine. We have an or there. We have our parentheses, an and then we also want to have that in combination with pet or domestic animal. And you can see how you're combining multiple related terms in one search string. The other thing that you'll notice is that we have and, or, and not in all caps. This lets our databases know that you want to use them in this way as a Boolean operator and not as just a regular word. Oh yeah, and not, we haven't really talked about that, but not will eliminate a particular word. So you could say dog, not canine, or dog, not cat, and that would eliminate any results that have the word cat in it. The only problem with not is that keyword that you're eliminating, if it happens to appear anywhere in the article, anywhere in the description, you can eliminate a useful result by using not. And in most cases, people use and or and don't use not very much. And a couple more useful things in our search tips. A truncation symbol, like an asterisk, can be used to broaden out a root word. So in the example here, we have child with an asterisk, and if you use that in your searching, you'll get back child, children, or childhood, any of those results. So that can be really helpful when you don't know the exact ending of the word that you're searching for. And a wildcard symbol is used to replace a single character to include different spellings. And so in the example here, looking for women or woman, if you put a question mark right there, you'll get either of those results. When we go into the search tab in our databases, we'll use these search tips to help develop a search. The last thing I wanted to show you on the search tab is our search strategy worksheet. And this is a great way to figure out your search strategy using this sheet. You write down your question or your topic. You identify what your keywords are. Then you take those keywords, you put them in here, and you come up with some alternative words, synonyms or related terms that you can potentially use in searches. And then step number 4, you're just filling in those keywords and alternative words in a Boolean search string. And then once you've created that search string, you can take that and put that into your search in the library databases. And what you're going to find is that in the library databases, a lot of times the advanced search function actually helps you to create those Boolean searches in a very easy way. The next tab, peer-reviewed articles, has some great information about how to identify a peer-reviewed article, exactly what it is, how to locate them. The Find Books tab has information about how to find our print books as well as access our ebook collections. These are the main access points to our databases that specifically have ebooks. If you're looking for summary information about a topic, I would recommend Credo Reference as a good source for basic information about a topic. So if we put in type 2 diabetes, we get information about that topic from a reputable source. This is a much better solution than using Wikipedia, let's say. And these articles have the APA citation at the bottom, right down here. And these articles can also be a good source of graphics for your assignments. And one other key thing about Ebook Central, which is our largest ebook database, if you are accessing this from home, you need to create an additional individual account to access those books. The instructions on how to do that are right here. So here we are at the Find Articles tab, and this is where you'll be able to take what you've learned in the search tips about using keyword searching and apply it to searching in the databases. And what we have here are access points for individual databases, like health databases here. This is some of our general purpose databases, as well as if you scroll down, you can get to Summon, which is the search bar that you saw on the home page where you can search all of our databases at once, or you could also go into databases A to Z, do the drop down where you choose nursing, let's say. But these are a lot of this, these are essentially the same databases. It's just a different way to get into those databases. Here on this page, we've hopefully selected some things out to make it easier to get to and added some additional resources, like we have some extra things over here. The other thing that we have on this page, some of the big database companies are ProQuest and EBSCO. JSTOR is another one. We've got video tutorials for basic and advanced searching in those databases. So if you want some additional information about how to search in those databases, that's a great place to look. What I'd like to do is go into Academic Search Complete, which is one of our more popular databases. It includes things on a wide variety of subjects, and show how you can search for peer-reviewed articles for your assignment. So let's start very simple, and we'll just put in obesity and rural, because remember, if we're looking for a particular subject area, we want to break it down into key terms. So if we want to find out about how there might be high incidences of obesity in rural communities, let's just start very simple with the word obesity and the word rural, do a search on that. Now, you'll notice that there are some options down here, and one is peer-reviewed. If you click on this, then all of your results that you're going to get back will be peer-reviewed journal articles. And that's one of the things that you need to find for your assignment. Another thing that you can do is you can limit to full text, and that means you'll only get back results where the complete article is attached in this database. But one thing I will say is that by limiting it to full text only, you are going to miss out on articles that are indexed in this database, but whereas only the summary exists and not the full article. So for now, let's not do full text. And the other thing that I'd like you to notice is that this is the advanced search box in EBSCO host, and what they're doing is they're helping you do that Boolean search. They're giving you one box, you put in one search term, you'll see there's an and here, and then we have our other search term. If you want, you can do the drop down, you could change that to an or a not, but let's stick with the and let's just run this search and see what we get. And so we have almost 4,000 articles that are showing up with these search terms. So let's look at this search bar over here on the side and see if we can limit the number of results. So let's just take our little slider here and change the date range to 2018 to 2022, so approximately the last 5 years. That's going to reduce the number of results that we get. I'm also just scanning over this. I'm noticing that there we're getting a lot of studies from countries other than the U.S. Not that that's bad, but let's just say we want to limit it to studies in the U.S. We go down here to geography, and we say, let's look at studies in the United States. That is going to significantly reduce the number of results that we have. And we can actually start looking through these results, since we're down to only 44 results, and start seeing if some of these things might be useful for us. What I would like you to notice here is that on this first result, which looks like it might be a pretty good one, you can see right here that there is the full text as well as the PDF full text. This means that if we click here and look at this, we have, not only do we have the full text of the article, but we do have the PDF of the article, which means that we're getting an original copy of the article as it appeared in the original publication. And if there are any charts or graphs or things like that, you're going to see those in that PDF. Like we can see that there's lots of maps here as well. So if you see PDF, you definitely want to go for the PDF rather than just the full text. All of our databases, or almost all of our databases, help you create citations for those articles. And so if we click on Cite over here, and we're going to look for APA, which is what you're going to want for this assignment, you can see that there is a computer-generated APA citation. This is a great start. These are computer-generated. They're not 100% guaranteed to be correct. You're going to want to look these over yourself and use the APA Citation tab that's in the guide to get information about the proper way to have your citation, but it's certainly a good start. And, well, yeah, one more thing before we go away from here. So, and in addition to generating that citation, you can save this article to a Google Drive, add it to a folder, you can print it out, you can email it to yourself. And I would actually suggest that the email option is pretty good. You just go in here and put in your email, and you can see, you can click on how you would like it sent to you. And if you want that PDF, make sure that that is clicked so you will get the PDF. And you can choose your citation format. We would make sure that's APA, and you put your email in right here and hit send. And so the PDF of the article plus the citation information of the article will be sent to your email. It's a great way to keep track of your research, and you can't lose it. Just go ahead and say yes on that. So that is how to get the article, find that PDF, and save that information for yourself. Now, you will notice that some of these articles say, check Journal Finder for full text availability. And what this means is that there is a summary of the article, but we may not have the article. So let's just click on Journal Finder, and it says, I did not find any titles that match your research. So that means we don't have that journal in any of our databases, but you can request the article through Interlibrary Loan. And what you would probably want to do, if you're going to be doing that, is go into the article, start getting the information like the title, the authors, have that information at the ready, and then go into the Interlibrary Loan request and request that article. And if we can just look a little bit further, I want to show you how this can work for you. This is another article where we're going to need to go into Journal Finder. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure that I copy the title of this article so that I have it. I'm going to make sure that I know that the author is Leslie Redmond. Then I'm going to go into Journal Finder, and we see that current developments in nutrition, that we should have that available online. We're going to click on the computer screen, and I look at the dates here. Full text begins 2017, goes up to current. Sometimes you will get a nice live hyperlink that will take you directly into that article, but since we don't have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here. That will take me into the journal, and I'm going to paste in that title, and then we see that we're able to get access to that article right here. And we've got a PDF over here. We've got the ability to cite over here. So you can see how we used not just the articles that were available through full text, but we were able to also find articles that were in other databases using this one database. So the other thing I wanted to show you is that you can put in alternative keywords into these search boxes. So we could do obesity or overweight. And we could do rural or remote or regional. And I'm going to make sure I put these in all caps here so that the database knows that I'm using these as Boolean operators. And then we could add an additional search terms like disparity or inequities or inequality. Another way that we could accomplish this is we could use the asterisks. So we could do disparity or inequity with an asterisk or inequality. And in that way we are getting in this way we're getting multiple root words. Excuse me. In one search. So let's hit that search. And now we're getting where we had 44 results before. We're now up to 229. So we've increased our results. And we can look again at here, make sure, let's say, looking at geography, let's limit again to United States. And we can also look at another great way to limit your results is going into the subject terms. And here you can find some more specific keywords that might be useful. Like here we've got health equity, disease prevalence, health promotion, childhood obesity, socioeconomic factors. And so if you click on these, you will be looking at specifically articles that are discussing that aspect of the health issue. So this is just one database that we've looked at. All of our databases come from different companies, so they look a little bit different, but most of them operate in a similar manner. And so once you get used to the idea that there are going to be these search boxes over here. If you go to the advanced search, you're typically going to have the option to link these search boxes with an and almost all of our databases have these toolbars on the side that give you additional ways to limit your searches. So it's really a combination of your keywords up here in the search boxes and then limiting things, narrowing things down by publication date, by subject heading, by geographic area, and clicking that peer-reviewed box if that's available in the database so that you can really narrow down the information that you're getting. The next tab, Find Online Sources and Websites, has information about finding good quality online resources. I know that Professor Crowley has cautioned against using a lot of these sources for your assignment, but if you do need to use them, this part of the guide can help you evaluate whether it is good quality information. The next tab is APA Citations. The APA format is a research paper format created by the American Psychological Association. That is the organization that is in charge of it. If we have a link here to the APA's website, so they've got some very good information right here about how to format things in the APA citation format, including sample papers and things like that. Another great site is the Purdue University Online Writing Lab. This is one of the more popular websites used by college students all around the world, where they give you easy access to information about all these aspects of the APA citation format, including how to do the in-text citations, what the reference list should look like for these various types of materials, and they also do have sample papers as well. Also on this page we have some handouts that show you how to format specifically things like journal articles, what they should look like, websites, things like that. That's a great resource. And if you are using, getting something, whether it's an article or a website that does not have a citation generator attached to it, you can go to a website like this, and this will help you create a citation for whatever it is. If it's a web thing, if it's a book, if it's a journal article, this will help you create a citation as well. So there are lots of tools available to you that can help you with the APA formatting. And if you do have any questions about APA formatting, you can always contact the library as well. Our various points of contact are right here. This next tab has great information on Google Scholar. Now, Google Scholar can be a great resource, but use it with care. It does not provide access to all available scholarly research. It's only searching certain databases, certain articles, but it can be useful. If you are going to use it, get the most out of your Google Scholar searches by linking Google Scholar to our library databases. The instructions on how to do that are right here on this tab. And please remember that Google Scholar can be a great tool, but always make sure you are consulting our library databases directly or other sources as well. It is definitely not complete. The last tab is the Need Help tab. This has contact information, frequently asked questions, other services that may be available to you as a student. One thing I would like to get across is just to let you know that we're available to help all students, including our online students. And if you have any questions about library databases, about your research project, about APA formatting, anything like that, please reach out to us. We are here to assist you. Thank you for your attention.